What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Off the Rails, a recovery podcast dedicated to ending the stigma of addiction through open discussion on all things recovery related. My name is Mark, and with me always is my best buddy, Dave.
What's up, my man?
And it's a beautiful day here in Lethbridge, Alberta. Dave's out
Yeah.
to St. Marie.
Now, what's the temp out there?
It feels like minus 29 today, buddy.
Oh, it's cold again.
Back to being cold here.
Oh yeah.
But the sun is shining. Life's good.
Yeah. Nice.
And,
How's the week been?
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Let's get right into it.
Right into it. The week has been good, man. I was just telling you that just finished up my Sunday meeting for NA. So we're now looking for a new location because the church said they want their basement back on Sundays. So got to switch that up. Had a great workout this morning with Rebecca and Mila, followed by family brunch. It's my favorite. Sunday's my favorite day of the week, man.
Yeah.
As you know, we always do some sort of physical activity, go for brunch together. Then hit up my meeting. Other than that,
Nice.
the week's been pretty tame. I did a first aid course.
Yes. How did that go?
It was excellent. It was strange just being back in like a classroom environment for the full day.
How many people?
Good,
how many people were in the class?
I think there was 15, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And I was the odd person out because I was running a bit late and I got there like just before it started, and I was sitting at the table by myself, so I kept having to like jump in with different groups.
That's all right.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad. And anyway, your boy's first aid certified, no big deal.
Nice.
So I hope that helps with the job hunt here. I don't really know what else I did this week, man.
How were swim lessons yesterday?
Swimming lessons were sweet. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It brings me a lot of happiness just being in the pool and like dancing around, singing songs, and with my daughter. They're my daughter's swim lessons. They're not mine. Just to clarify.
That would have been fun. That would have been funny if.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really fun, man. And I like every time I'm there, I think about how far like my life has come, or how much different than it is, say, than a couple of years ago. And it's just a really great feeling.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was great.
Very nice.
Yeah, man, that's pretty much it for my week. Getting workouts in, meetings, family time.
It's a solid week.
Yeah, and enjoying this last bit of time with Rebecca before she heads back to work. And I mean, she'll be working from home, but like she'll be in the office doing stuff, and me and Mila will be chilling. So I'm trying to get as much family time in as possible. And what about you, man? How's your week?
Week's been pretty good, man. Mentally, do my mentally check. My mentally check has been good this week. I can't say the G word. It's been I've been riding a nice little wave here. Last week, the previous week I talked about having a couple off days, and it was one of those weeks this week where I didn't seem to have any of those days where I was kind of down in the dumps. So that's positive on that front. And just like yourself, the gym's been good and consistent every day this week. It's been nice, seeing some progress. Sometimes it feels a little slow. Sometimes when I look back, even to like when I was in Lethbridge with you, I feel like I've made some pretty good progress. So the only thing I wish is that I would have, actually not even, all summer I was doing those workouts. I had just the Bowflex dumbbells and the bench, and they were good. They were good workouts, but I couldn't really put the weight on until like push myself with higher weight until I got my own squat rack and barbell and some plates. So I was gonna say I wish I would have gotten that earlier, but at the same time, you know what, like whatever. It's been a good process. So that's been that. And a scary drive home the one day. Guy almost hit me, head on collision on the highway.
Do you have the whole heart in the throat feeling?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah. It
scary, man.
was I thought about it after. Like my life didn't flash before my eyes or anything, so maybe it wasn't that close. But and if I would have got hit, I don't know. I think it probably would have been slow enough to be all right. But like it did feel like it went in slow motion. Like the guy, and again, I don't know what happened, but possibly the guy was texting or distracted or something because there's no reason why he should have came into my lane. I had to basically go into like the ditch almost, like the show off the shoulder anyway, and then hit the brakes and then come back on. But anyway, it's yeah, makes me, I guess, maybe it's a good thing it happened where it kicks my ass into, because I'll be honest, like there are times where I check my phone or whatever when I'm driving, and maybe that's just the wake up call for myself, even that, you know, just keep that phone tucked away until you get to where you're going. So
Now, did you have any road rage shine through there? Like lay on the horn, flip them a
no,
bird?
I didn't even lay on the horn. It was like, because I was driving and he was coming around this bend and
Mhm.
I was like, what is this guy doing? And I'm like, I wonder if he fell asleep. Like, I don't know what's going on. And I just had to like, I couldn't, if I braked, I think he would have ended up correcting and hitting me. So I just kind of slowed down and went off the shoulder. And
Mhm.
then once he was by, I kind of braked.
Bless you. Bless
Excuse
you.
me.
Bless you. I liked how you answered your week question. You went right into the check-in. And I
Yeah.
had a question about the check-in because we just had say our first guest from the second season. And one of the things we talked about was balance. And I was wondering, in what ways do you achieve balance in your life?
Yeah, myself.
Yeah. So whether it
Oh,
be, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and I think you kind of just touched on those, right? Like physically, you are, putting in the work at the gym or getting out there and going for walks with your dogs type thing.
yeah. I think you know. It's a real good question. Yeah, physically, I think maybe I've put more focus on that in the last little while than anything. So that is a good point to like try to you know catch that balance and create that balance. And I think one thing I've been trying to do is from that podcast I was listening to talking about getting 10 minutes of sunlight in the morning, making sure you're like looking at the sun or looking at direction
Mhm.
and being outside. So I go for my walk. I try to like make sure I'm not just watching the dogs or whatever. I kind of look up. Uh, it kind of feels like, especially on like a sunny day, on an overcast day, it's kind of or a cloudy day or it's snowing. It's a little different, but when it's sunny, it kind of feels like it's like just resetting me. Like
Mhm.
it's nice. It's a good feeling. Uh, yeah, then like saunas, just trying to like spend my day doing a variety of different things. I don't know. What about yourself, man?
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day and how every day now, like I want to be bettering myself, like in one of those ways, right? Whether it be mentally or emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? So if I get to the gym, I'm happy. I'm like, you're bettering yourself physically today, and it also is like a great trick, not trick, but like it's a great way to. And this is I don't want to toot my own horn. I think saying it's a great way to started looking at it. But like, I would beat myself up if I don't do anything throughout the day or didn't accomplish anything. But if you started looking at it and being like, man, maybe you needed a mental rest day type thing, right?
Right.
You can reset and, just if you need to be lazy and get it all out of you type thing. So it's a way that I find I don't beat myself up a lot. Emotionally, I got to get back more into, say, journaling or doing my morning check-ins. And even with that, like, I got my morning routine where I go through affirmations or I go through a gratitude list that helps me emotionally. And kind of planning out my day helps me mentally as well. Spiritually, I don't know, man. I've always struggled with like spirituality, and I've been more open to learning about it. So it's something I continue to work on. If that would be like the area of balance in my life that's not in balance, I guess.
Right.
But I feel as for the other three, I feel those are things that, I'm able to work on every day.
I think for spirituality, like I think a lot of people struggle. Not a lot of people, you know what I mean. It's one of those areas that can be difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. You know, when you're talking about that, one thing I will say is like, I think there's something to it where those days often where I beat myself up as far as like, if I pick on something, whatever it is, like where I'm at
Mm-hmm.
financially or whatever, I feel like I can get down on myself. But if I kind of like say to myself that it's just part of like how it's supposed to be in the process and where I'm going, and that's a bit spirituality, I think.
Yeah.
I find that helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, then I play devil's advocate to that, where I'm like, well, if I just, what am I just going to wait, like not just wait around for stuff to happen, but like, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes you got to take things in your own hands as well. Not that I was in it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, absolutely, man.
it's that kind of balance of like trusting the process and trusting things are going to work out, but at the same time, not just sitting back and doing nothing. You got to still be proactive in your life, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
we were talking about this the other day, and then I heard a sweet quote in that the Huberman podcast or Huberman Lab or whatever, and he talks about, or the guest he had on says, consistency beats intensity.
yeah, I heard that
I
too.
like that, yeah. So I like it, and that's kind of what I was talking about, like with either be like working out or recovery or pretty much anything is remaining consistent in your recovery. Well, right, like if you have one day a week where you're like, fuck, I don't know, will meet with my sponsor once a week, right?
Yeah,
Something like that. I'll have an intense day of all recovery once a week. Is might not be as valuable as, say, consistently doing the small things every single day.
right.
You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. Yeah, you just go balls to the wall for one day, and
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
then it's kind of just a lot of probably dips, highs and lows,
Mhm.
instead of just kind of being
Mhm.
even
Even
uh,
keel.
even keel. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, that's good. That's a good
Those
point
are
too.
my weekly thoughts this week, man.
Yeah, this is some good ones, man.
You look like you're suffering, Dave.
You know what? I came up to the old studio here,
Yeah. Studio A.
and
So
Studio A, and
yeah.
something. As soon as we started recording,
Sneezing,
some,
crying.
something. Oh man, something triggered me here up here. So
Yeah.
I've just been battling the elements,
Yeah.
but getting through it
Mm-hmm.
barely.
So guys, please stay tuned for season 2. It's coming up soon. We have started recording. I'm going to get a couple built up in the vault for you, and we look forward to seeing what you think. Dave,
Yes, sir.
any last words for this episode?
No, that's it's good. It's been a great week.
It has. And as always, guys, thanks for listening. Please follow us on social media, subscribe on YouTube, give the video a like, give us some stars on the podcast platforms. And thanks for listening. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out and ask for help.